special, beautiful day. Free parking, 7 road. The restrictions are slowly lifting, and anyway, that's what we're doing today. But what we do today is go over this eco machine, talk about this eco machine. But before we start, we'd like to say that this video is brought to you by SWT Social Web Dynamics. Keep your product alive. So we're just going to talk about this eco machine. This might be one of the last times we use this particular vehicle. This is a 2014 Camry hybrid, and I'll tell you what, this has been an awesome machine, this car. This car, I drove back from Queensland on 1 tank of petrol on this car. So that's like over 880 kilometers, 1 tank of petrol. So we might talk about that, the drop of oil price, and how we've been saying for years that all these petrol cars are obsolete. The technology on them is obsolete, and along with all the software, all the electronic software and communications in those cars will be obsolete, because the electric vehicle market requires different logistics. So we've been screaming out to various, even to the government actually, we've even sent messages to the government telling them to be progressive in the innovation that comes into the country, because these are all assets. All these vehicles are assets. They represent assets, they represent financial loans, they represent a industry, they represent employment. We've been saying to the auto industry and to the government that they need to be more disciplined with the types of vehicles they let in the country. See, you can have freedom, but you've got to have freedom with responsibility. The market has to be softly guided to the best outcomes of humanity. So this might be one of the last times we get to film this car. This has been an awesome car. This particular model, I have several conversations with rideshare and taxi drivers. This particular model, you will get 1,000,000 kilometers from this car. I've seen taxis with over 800,000 kilometers on their clock. So this is where the automotive industry is heading. Australia, get with the program. It's getting into hybrids, electric, all sorts of modern technologies. That's just in the driving of the vehicle. We're not talking about the manufacturing. That's another ball game altogether. Okay. So yeah, that's going over the vehicle. Inside, it's awesome. It's all plush. It's got velour. It's got suede seats. Beautiful. It's 2014. It's still like brand new. It's still like brand new in this car. This car has over 240,000 Ks on it. It still drives like a dream. Okay. So obviously the more money you spend on these cars, the better equipment you get. Now bear with me, crew. This video might chop out, but we've invested in new camera gear. As soon as we work out how to work it properly, we're going to start using it. But this episode might be in 2 different videos, so bear with us. Inside, it's nice, very comfortable, lots of leg room. Okay, all the stuff of like any other particular car. I've had so many people say, oh, you can't, like, how do you charge it? Nobody even knows how hybrid vehicles work. The mainstream media, I'm going to lay the blame where it this. The automotive industry, all the car companies have like basically sabotaged themselves because they haven't kept the public educated on where the technology's headed. Now there's this skepticism about these vehicles, about these hybrid vehicles, and guess what? We're heading that way regardless. So the car companies have basically shot themselves in the foot by trying to preserve those old, they tried to like basically clean out as much capital from all those old cars that they could. The Australian authorities let them dump all those dirty fossil fuel cars every model and every series. There's something like 18 million cars in Australia. It's the most populated car country per capita. And this industry needs to be drastically pulled into line now to protect the dealers, to protect their assets, to protect the automotive industry, to protect the public. It's just been like, just do what you want, guys. Every now and then I'm going to break into an Aussie accent, alright? I don't make any apologies for that. I'm going to add that slang in. So the industry should have been directed, it should have been disciplined, it should have been guided, but it hasn't been. Now we're dumped with every kind of car, and they're all obsolete. They will be obsolete. We're still like 10 to 15 years behind here in Australia as far as automotive technology is concerned. And it's going to, after this economic slump, the industry will have to move into a more modern type of scenario.